Hello, this is Alvin Youngblood Hart, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And tonight I'm in Port Townsend, Washington at the UpStage to play a little guitar and sing a few songs, and hopefully it'll all come out right. About, I guess, late January of '08, I was on a tour with a band called North Mississippi All-Stars, and we played in Seattle, and worked our way down the coast. This week I'm doing a little run out here in the Pacific Northwest from Port Townsend back to Seattle, Portland, Ashland, and then back home. I guess I'll be back out toward the end of the summer to do the Centrum Country Blues Workshop. This will be the third time, I believe, that I've done the Centrum Country Blues Workshop. First time was in '95, and I did it again, I believe, in '99. So it's been 10 years. I'm about due for another round. So looking forward to it. I will be, I guess, attempting to teach. I'm not a guitar teacher. I'm a guitar player. So I guess somebody's interested enough to want to know something about what I play. So, you know, we'll run through a few things and see if anybody can pick up anything. I play a little bit of mandolin. You know, if it's got strings on it, I'll give it a try. I've been kind of toying with the mandolin since my late teens. You know, maybe since I was 19 or something like that, early '80s. So maybe I can come up with a few things to show. Yeah. Let's see, I got started playing the guitar in the late '70s when I was about 14 years old or so, and you know, it was something I had always wanted to do. It just took a while for me to get started and stick with it. So I guess that would have been around 1977, 78, and I haven't stopped since. So I think the first song that I learned, and remember I grew up in the Smoke on the Water era, but I think the first song I learned was Day Tripper, you know, so because there was a band up the street from us in the mid-'60s who used to play it, so the riff kind of stuck in my head. You know, something like that. It doesn't take me anywhere. You mean now?
Yeah, now you play it.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't played it in years, but I mean, that's just one of those things I remember from way back when I was kind of first starting out, you know. Spent a lot of time hanging out with my records. My record collection is pretty much the same nowadays. It's I guess every LP I bought since I was 7 years old, which was about 1970. There's no one thing that I was really into, you know. My musical taste go from one end of the spectrum to the other, I guess, you know. So you name it, I was probably listening to it, and especially a lot of '70s music. I didn't play on the street too much. I mean, later on when I was confident enough to play in front of people, maybe I might have tried to play on the street a couple of times, but most of the time you just attract weird harmonica players and things like that. So, you know, it's kind of selective about where I played, who I played with, and things, and still am, I guess. You know, I was played in a lot of bands in high school. I went to 3 different high schools in 3 different time zones, so that gave me a lot of time to practice the guitar because, you know, moved to a new town and not know any kids to get in trouble with yet. So No, I didn't get into trouble until I was much older, in my 40s. Most of the kids I hung around with were trying to be some kind of musician too, so you know, we're pretty focused on what we wanted to do at the time. No, I mean, you know, didn't do too much traveling. I would work, you know, whatever various jobs and things, so I could afford these fine pieces of equipment and stuff, you know. And then in my early 20s, I joined the U.S. Coast Guard, and I was in the Coast Guard for 7 years, so that took up a lot of my time. Well, you know, I was still kind of young at the time and just looking for something somewhat adventurous to do. So I ended up in the Coast Guard. I ended up working on a buoy boat on the Mississippi River for 3.5 years, and then finished up working as an electronics technician on radio transmitters on the Pacific Coast for 3.5 years. It was not, you know, not a bad job as far as jobs go, you know, and had pretty flexible hours. Well, the lucky thing for me was that most of the duty stations that I had when I was in the service were somewhat isolated, and it was you know, we didn't have too many people looking over our shoulder as long as we took care of whatever business we were supposed to take care of, you know. So getting all the work done, we had lots of free time after that. I used to work on amplifiers at work and things like that, you know. When I got out, I began to kind of pursue music as a full-time vocation, so I've pretty much just been traveling since I got out of the Coast Guard.
Folks down the Chickasaw say they all know my name. Folks down the Chickasaw say they all know my name.